While my son served our country, the HOA tried to invade his peace back home. He called 911 on me for touching his cabin. What followed made sure they'd never control us again. Make sure you wrap those metals properly. He'd kill me if they get scratched. You really think he'll notice a fingerprint after 6 months in the desert? You don't know my son? Discipline doesn't switch off. Even his coffee mugs are. Aligned? He's lucky to have a cabin like this waiting for him. It's beautiful out here. It's his peace. That's why I want everything perfect before he gets back. Do you want me to take the gear bags inside? Yeah, let's get it all in before the weather turns. Start with that one. It's mostly his books and framed photos. Wait, who is that woman walking across the gravel? I have no idea. She doesn't live near here, excuse me. What do you think you're doing? Good morning. We're just moving my son's belongings into the cabin. And who said you're allowed to do that? I own this property. It's our family cabin. This area falls under HOA oversight. We weren't notified of any activity here. This cabin isn't under HOA jurisdiction. It's private property and we don't answer to you. That tone is unnecessary. On the HOA board, and we need to verify all property use during peak months. My son is a deployed Marine. I'm preparing his cabin for his return. That's all. Military or not, everyone follows the same guidelines. You didn't submit an access notice. There is no access. Notice requirement for something we own. That sounds suspicious. I'm calling this in. You're what? You heard me? I'm calling 911. This looks like unauthorized entry to me. Hey, you're seriously calling the police because I opened the door to my own cabin. You're being confrontational, and your tone is threatening. This is clearly a civil disturbance. Please go ahead. Let them come. I have everything documented, yes. Hello? I need to report a trespasser at the lake cabins. Claims ownership, but refuses to show proof. He's moving suspicious items into the property. Yes, I feel unsafe. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh.
Let her finish. This might work in our favor. I'm sending a copy of the title deed and the deployment notice to my phone just in case. I've got the folder in the truck. Should I bring it now? Wait till they show. Let her dig her own hole first. They're on their way. And for your information, known compliance with HOA rules can result in fines. You have no authority here. This cabin is not listed under your community covenant. We'll see what law enforcement has to say about that. Do you hear yourself? You're calling 911 on a military family, preparing a homecoming. Doing what's necessary to maintain standards and security. You're abusing your position. That's what you're doing. Be careful. I could report you for verbal aggression. Walked onto my property and started accusing me in front of my family. You should have notified the HOA like everyone else. Even if we were under HOA, which we are not, I wouldn't need to notify anyone to walk into my own family's cabin. Arguing won't help you when the officers arrive. Great. I look forward to clearing this up. I've got paperwork, photos, documents already. Good. You'll need them. This is the most absurd welcome committee I've ever seen. It's not a welcome. It's enforcement. It's harassment, plain and simple. Let's just keep everything calm. The last thing we need is her twisting the story. She's already done that on the phone. Hopefully, the officers are reasonable. Last time I checked, facts matter more than her HOA badge. I can't believe she said she felt unsafe. She walked straight up to us yelling. She's been itching to flex her authority. She picked the wrong family to push. Here comes the sheriff's car. Let's keep it cool. Afternoon, officers. We received a report of a disturbance and possible trespassing. I'm the one she reported. I'd be happy to show you ownership documents, military deployment orders, and utility records with matching. Names? You got that paperwork with you? Yes, sir. Right here in this binder? Title deed with our family name. My son's active duty orders. His belongings are here, as I'm prepping the cabin for his return. Appreciate the organization. Officers, I'm a member of the HOA board. This property isn't listed as occupied. There's supposed to be prior notice for use. This cabin falls outside HOA control according to the county map, ma'am. You're out of your jurisdiction here. That can't be right. We've always monitored these properties. Well, you shouldn't have. And you absolutely shouldn't have called emergency services without verifying. He was aggressive and dismissive. I've got a recording of the entire exchange, if that helps clarify the tone. What? That won't be necessary. We've got what we need? Am I free to continue moving things in? Yes, you're within your rights. If there's any follow-up, we'll contact you directly, not through HOA. Thank you. I appreciate your time. You too. Sorry about the trouble. Have a good day. I'll be speaking with the HOA board about this. You do that? Meanwhile, stay off my land. I cannot believe she actually called the cops on you. Oh, I believe it. I've dealt with HOA types before. Is this bold, though? And she really thought the officers would take her side without checking a single document? That badge on her clipboard gave her courtroom powers. At least the officers didn't escalate. They handled it professionally. They even apologized before they left. What do we do if she shows up again? We stay calm. Let her keep digging. I've got every inch of this documented. She's probably back at the HOA clubhouse drafting a complaint right now. Let her file whatever she wants. The cabin isn't under their jurisdiction. What if they try to fine you? They've done it before. 2 years ago, they fined us 4 excessive pine needles on a private lot. We ignored it. They sent 2 more. I ignored those 2. What happened? Nothing. 'Cause legally, they can't enforce anything here? Then why are they still trying? Control. If people don't push back, they assume authority. I'd bet money she'll come back with backup. It's probably another board member. He's going to hate what happens. Next, are you thinking legal action? First, I'm filing a complaint with the county. Then I'm exposing everything. She really tried to get you arrested in front of your son's belongings. All while he's risking his life for the same country she misuses power in. The irony is disgusting. You know the worst part? What? She reported it as a suspicious male moving unknown property into a home. You're kidding. She made it sound like a burglary, even though you told her you owned it. Even though I literally held the keys in my hand and opened the front door in front of her, that's malicious. That's weaponizing the system. Good thing the officers checked the county plat map and confirmed that this lakefront property isn't within their covenant map. I bet she didn't even know that. She probably knew but hoped we didn't. Are you going to notify other cabin owners? Already planning it? I'm drafting a letter. They should know how far this HOA has been reaching. I can imagine they've pulled this stunt before. They've been issuing fines, enforcing parking rules, even trying to restrict cabin rentals out here. All while having no legal standing. Exactly. That's got to be illegal. It's worse than illegal, it's fraudulent. Think there's a case for damages? If there is, I'll find it. She crossed the line today. She tried to use the police as personal muscle. That's serious. I'm sure the sheriff's office will log her false report. You think they'll warn her? I doubt it. But if she keeps it up, it won't end well for her. I say we scan all those documents, back them up, and email them to ourselves. Already done. I also printed a copy and taped it to the cabin window. Smart. Let's see how she handles facts when they're staring at her in bold print. What about your son? Have you told him? Not yet. I'll wait until he's home. There's no point in distracting him while he's deployed. He's going to be furious. He'll be more proud that we stood up for ourselves. You're setting a precedent. That's important. It's not just about one cabin anymore. It's about stopping their bluff for good. You think the board president knows she did this? If he doesn't, now he will buy tonight. She made the HOA look like fools. They did that themselves. She just put it on public display. What if they send an apology? Too late for that? This isn't about feelings, it's about fixing corruption.
Oh.
You're going to make this public, aren't you? Full exposure. I'm sending a letter to every owner on this street. In the local news, if needed. This could turn into a big thing. Good. Maybe it should. You think this is the end of it? No. But it's the beginning of their end. All right. The folders are scanned, backed up, and locked in the fireproof safe. Good. Now we get serious. What's next? I started digging through public county records. You won't believe what I found. Tell me. The HOA has 0 legal jurisdiction over lakefront properties. Not partially. It's not conditionally. 0. You're saying they've been bluffing the whole time? Exactly. Their CC and RSCs, the covenants, conditions, and restrictions stop 200 feet before our property line. How the hell did they get away with it? Most people didn't bother checking. They just assumed the HOA covered the whole area. They used that ignorance to control everyone and profit. I found records of fines collected from multiple lakefront owners. They charged people illegally, thousands of dollars in fake fines. Some even paid parking permit fees for guests on land the HOA doesn't own. That's fraud. It is, and I've documented every single one. Are the other owners aware? Not yet. Putting together a full report. Name states. Maps, county filings, everything. You're going to send this out to every cabin owner on the lake? This could blow the lid off. That's the plan. You think they'll try to cover it up? Not if I file with the county first. You already started? I filed a formal complaint this morning. I contacted the county assessor's office to reconfirm parcel boundaries, and they confirmed it twice. This cabin has never been under the HOA's purview. So the fines, the warnings, the 911 call, all unlawful, all unbacked by any legal authority. This is a goldmine for a lawsuit and a disaster for the HOA board. Let me guess she hasn't come back since the police left? Not a word. Not a knock. Not even a car slowing down outside. She probably knows she messed up. She doesn't know the half of it. Wait until she sees the certified letters I'm mailing to the board. What do they say? That any further attempt to interfere with this property will result in legal action, and that we're demanding full reimbursement of any fines related to this cabin. Even if you didn't pay them, I want it in writing that they were never enforceable. Smart. And I'm demanding an official public correction to every resident they misled. Think they'll do it? No, but once this goes public, they'll have no choice. Speaking of which, did you talk to a lawyer? Yes. He's already drafting a CC&Dsist and looking into civil damages. Are there grounds for that? There's enough to argue harassment, defamation, emotional distress, and attempted misuse of emergency services. She might end up on the hook personally. If she acted outside the board's authorization, yes. And if the board approved it, then they're all liable. This is bigger than I thought. They built their power on assumption. Now it's crumbling under documentation. Have you talked to your son yet? I left him a voicemail and told him, not to worry, just focus on coming home safe. He's going to be proud of this. He deserves a peaceful place to return to, on a battlefield in his own backyard. You ever wonder how many others they bullied the same way? Too many? And most probably just paid up to avoid drama. That ends now, setting a precedent. They mess with the wrong family this time. You need help with the letter to the owners? Yeah, I want it clear, factual, and come but with enough weight to make them read every word. I'll help draft it. What do you want the subject line? To be important. Legal misrepresentation by HOA. Know your property rights perfect. I'm also attaching the county parcel map, the legal boundary documents, and a sample of their fake violations. You're going to wake a lot of people up with this. I hope they wake up angry. Once they know the truth, they'll demand accountability too, and maybe, just maybe, we can shut the whole thing down for good. Guess who finally responded? The HOA. Yep. Certified letter from the board president and a bunch of legal fluff. They said they acknowledged the jurisdictional confusion, but still believe they were acting in the community's best interest. So no apology. No accountability. Exactly. It's just deflection and a weak attempt to cover themselves. They didn't mention the 911 call? Not a word, like it never happened. Typical. But here's the best part. They asked for a mutual resolution to prevent legal escalation. Now they're scared. They should be. My lawyer finished the CI and desist this morning.
What? Did you send it?
Hand-delivered. Along with the boundary map, the title deed, and the complaint copy filed with the county. That's the statement. And I included a formal notice, if any. HOA member steps foot on this property again, we pursue legal action immediately. You ban them. Officially, permanently, and legally. How did they respond? Dead silence so far. They know they're caught. They were never supposed to enforce. Anything here? And now, I've got every document proving it. What about the neighbors? I sent out the full report last night. Email and hard copies. 37 cabin owners. Have any replied? 10 emails already, all shocked, some furious. 2, said they. Paid fines they now know were fake. This could explode. I hope it does. What's the county saying? They're launching a review? Turns out this isn't the only HOA stretching its authority lately. Wow, you started something bigger? All I wanted was peace for my son. Now I might be triggering a policy overhaul. Think the HOA board will resign? Either that or get voted out next meeting, especially once the rest of the owners realize how deep this fraud goes. What if they try to retaliate? They won't get the chance. I've installed cameras, posted private property signs, and fenced off the trail they use to inspect our land. You really went all in. I'm not leaving any openings. They already crossed too many lines. I've also hired a land-use attorney to look into possible financial damages. How strong is the case? Stronger than I expected. The misuse of 911, false claims of jurisdiction, stress caused to my family. There's enough to take this to court if I want to. And do you? If they don't publicly retract? Yes. Out. That would set a massive precedent. And finally stop these HOA bullies from thinking they're untouchable. Think your son knows yet? Not the full story. I sent him a short update. Just told him the cabin's safe, and the HOA won't be a problem ever again. He's going to be proud. This place means the world to him. He fought for peace overseas. He deserves it at home, too. Do you think other homeowners will file claims? Probably. I shared the lawyer's contact info in the letter. Sounds like the board's days are numbered. They brought this on themselves. All they had to do was respect the boundaries, literally. And legally? What about the woman who called the cops? Has she said anything? Nothing. But rumor is she's stepping down from the board. She should. She's lucky she's not being charged. Yet, you're really not letting this go. Would you? After watching someone weaponize authority like that? No, I'd fight too. I won't stop until this entire abuse of power is dismantled. You've already done more than most people. Would good? Maybe that's what it takes to finally fix this broken system. You see this? Another neighbor just sent me photos of the HOA fines they got last year. Let me guess, parking violation on land the HOA doesn't own. Exactly. They charged him $150 for unauthorized guest parking in his own driveway. Unbelievable. Die. Told him to send it to the county investigator. How many homeowners have responded so far? 28. Some of them are furious. To already contacted the attorney I referred. The board has no idea what's coming. They thought nobody would ever question them. Now, the entire community is watching. You've basically dismantled their fake authority overnight. And I'm not finished. I'm holding an open Q&A next weekend at the cabin. Everyone's invited. You're hosting a town hall? Yup. With printed maps, legal documents, and a speaker from the county land office. You're making it public and official. I love it. I want transparency. No more secret rules. No more pretending. Think the HOA board will show up? I hope they do. Let's see them explain jurisdictional fraud in front of 30 angry property owners. They won't have a leg to stand on. If they try to issue another false notice or fine, we'll be ready. You've completely turned the tables. My son always said control is easy until someone asks why. And now they're choking on the answer. You know what the county clerk said when I showed them the whole file? What? I've never seen someone expose an HOA scam this thoroughly. Her exact words, you just made history at the local level. And maybe set precedent for others. So it's done? The HOA has no power here anymore. It's no inspections, no fines, no warnings, nothing. And the board? They're being investigated for misrepresentation, financial misconduct, and potential abuse of emergency services. Huge. They won't be able to operate without oversight again. Your cabin, sealed, secured, reclaimed, with a new gate, posted legal notice, and motion lights installed last night. No more uninvited clipboard patrols. Never again. This is our land. No HOA badge will ever change that. When's your son coming home? Next Thursday? He's been counting down the days. Does he know everything that happened? I sent him a summary, but I saved the best news for when he walks through the door. He's going to lose it in a good way. He'll step onto this porch knowing his family stood tall while he was away. You gave him the homecoming he deserves. He earned it. A nobody, especially not some fake neighborhood tyrant, is going to ruin that. What are you going to do once this all settles? Help the others file their own complaints. Process. Get the county to review how many other HOAs are abusing boundaries. You're turning this into a movement. Someone has to. Too many people just accept the abuse. Not anymore. Not after this. We proved one thing loud and clear. What's that? You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You just need the truth and the courage to use it.